What is good, YouTube? Today we're going to react to Why You Don't Need a Submissive Woman by Young Dawn Reacts. It just came up and I'm like, interesting topic. Let's see what he has to say.
And so all of those things together cemented the mindset that the man is the head of the household, the man is completely in charge, the woman must submit to the man or else she will walk all over him. Those are the only two options. But then when you sit and reason about it, why is it that when you have a business, for instance, let's say you have a business and it's 50-50 and you tell your partner, hey, we need more materials for this project we're working on. I need you to go down, I'm across the city. So I need you to hit this spot and pick up that, pick up the concrete, pick up the steel, pick up the whatever the fuck, the material we need. And then bro says yes. Did he just submit to his business partner? He did not.
Now, when it comes to relationships and everything, I just find that, the word submit, um, the word submit is so condescending, bruh, that most women are like, yeah, I'm not submitting to my husband, bro. I am not submitting to my husband. So it's totally understandable. But let's say my wife is like, oh, honey, is it cool if you rub my back for me? And I say yes. Does that mean I'm submitting to my wife? Like, the word submit is condescending, So I see why the title of this video is Why You Don't Need a Submissive Woman. But let's continue.
Why? Because they have the same vision, the same end goal. If you get with a chick and you're on the same page and you have the same end goal and the same vision, then you don't got to worry about dominating her. You don't have to worry about like being in control of her. Because at the end of the day, y'all trying to get to the same place, whether that be, a happy marriage, a happy family. There's mutual respect. There needs not be any submission. You have a partnership with one of your boys. Neither of you are submitting to the other, yet you respect one another. You compromise, you reason, you know what I'm saying? And then sometimes you can acknowledge that they had the better idea. Sometimes they will acknowledge you had the better idea.
Yeah, like that is the basis of like all relationships, be it business or be it like relationships that you have with women, bro. I don't understand, and I'm guessing like it comes from Christianity and Islam and all these things, like a woman submitting to a man. In 2025, bro, a woman can be just as wise, if not wiser, than a man. Let's say, for example, um I'm good at basketball, you know. My wife isn't that good at basketball and we're playing on the same team, you know. Um and I'm like, oh, here, honey, I passed the ball. I'm like, yeah, oh, here, honey. This might be a bad example. This might be a very bad example. But I passed the ball to her, and I'm like, oh, there you go, honey. Do this, honey. Do that. Do this. Do that. Is she submitting to me because, like, I'm telling her what to do? No, like, not really. We're both trying to win the basketball game, maybe against some other couple or whatever. Or let's say it's a cooking competition, and my wife is the better cook than me. She's like, hey, honey, pass me this, pass me that. Okay, honey, sprinkle salt, pour the rice inside here, fry the chicken, flip the burgers. Does that mean that I'm submitting? No. you know no, we're both trying to make dinner together so that we can eat food. You feel me? So is anybody dominate? Like, how can you dominate someone when you guys are on the same team and you guys are trying to achieve the same exact goal? It doesn't make any sense.
And at the end of the day, neither party is trying to control the other person. And so I've realized that you actually don't need to do that. Now, the crazy thing here is, and this is what people will blow your fucking mind. My wife is actually more, I don't want to use the word submissive because it's not like I'm making her like bow down to me or anything. But my wife is easier to get along with having me taking this mindset. You realize that trying to control somebody is actually forcing something.
Mm-hmm.
If you need to control someone for them to do something, you're forcing it. And if you know anything about metaphysics, you know what you resist persists. When you are trying to make someone do something they don't want to do, you are, from a metaphysical point of view, fighting against the universe. What you resist persists. You're going to get more of the thing that you don't want when you're trying to force against it. You need to relax and let it just be what it is. But here's the thing. A lot of guys, they operate out of fear. A lot of people in general, they move out of fear. That's all it is, trying to control your woman, is you're afraid of what we'll do if the fear of your anger and retribution isn't present. What does that say about her? Why does she not need to make you afraid for you to be loyal? Why does she not need to control you for you to be loyal, but you need to control her for her to be loyal? Sounds to me like she not really feeling you like that.
Exactly. Listen, people don't understand when someone actually fucks with you and when someone likes you, you don't have to play all these push and pull games, all these stupid games that people play. You don't have to do any of that. You know, a lot of guys have never been in relationships where the girl actually likes them. Have you do you know what women are like when they actually like you? And do you know what men are like when they actually like a woman? I know the term simping is, used as derogatory, but then, bro, it's a beautiful thing when both people are both simping for each other, bro. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. Cause you guys are both. How do I put this? You guys are both following each other's lead. I truly believe that we as human beings, some people have strength, like everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. You know, if you're trying to control somebody, you feel me? If you're trying to control someone, there's no way in hell, that they are going to be happy. They're not going to be happy. And in terms of strengths and weaknesses, your wife might be better than doing something than you. You might be better at her at some things. You guys come together as one to make shit happen. But no, most guys just want to control their women. In fact, even women want to control men in 2025. But that is not how to achieve what you guys want. At the end of the day, when you're controlling someone, do you feel at peace? Chances are you do not feel at peace. There's tension. Meanwhile, things are meant to run smooth. Things are meant to be sweet in relationships. But people don't understand that, especially us guys sometimes, we want to, flex and be like, yeah, we're the macho man, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes, like, it's just not that deep.
Be real with you. Why you gonna get with a chick you don't trust? Why wife a chick you don't trust? That don't make no sense at all. So you trust her enough to marry her, to give her access to half of your assets, to bear your children, but you don't trust her to not fucking cheat on you when she goes out with her girlfriends? That's kind of crazy. Sounds like you linked up with the wrong chick. You married the wrong chick. And if you actually take a look at it, a lot of guys, in an attempt to control their woman, box themselves into taking away their own freedoms. Because why? You don't trust your girl to go out with her girlfriends without you there, while also looking put together, like looking good. And so what do you do now? Now you don't go out with your boys. Why? Because you don't want to be a hypocrite. Because that's what she's going to hit you with. Oh, so you can go to the club with your boys. You can go to the bar, to the sports bar with your boys, but I can't go with my girls? And so what a lot of dudes do, in an attempt to control their woman, they actually rob themselves of their own freedom.
Can you imagine? And it comes from an insecure place. All these things is insecurity, bro. A lot of guys aren't even comfortable with themselves, and that's the truth of the matter. Lots of guys aren't comfortable with themselves. Like you said, why would you wife someone that you don't trust? It doesn't make any sense.
You see that? And it goes further. The most attractive thing you can be as a man to a woman is unbothered, is nonchalant, is uncaring. We reacted to a bad baby crashing out a couple days ago. Why is she crashing out so much? Because her nigga don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck.
Also, this is just on the side note. In my lifetime, I noticed that every time I cared too much about a girl, bro, and you know, I don't think I've ever been such a very overprotective guy. I've never really been like that, but every time I cared a bit too much and I showed too much emotions and things went south. You know, things went south. But when I was unbothered and I didn't really care, that was when the girl was the most attracted to me. So when I see a guy acting super emotional with his girl, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, don't cheat, don't go out with your girls." This happened to me at Carabana. You know, I went out with two girls, and one girl was single, so I was hanging out with her. The other one had a man. Three of us went out together, and her boyfriend was blowing up her fucking phone, bro. He was blowing up her phone, saying, "Yo, where are you? Come back home." Blah 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 blah. And she just looked so disgusted. She was not having a good time, not one bit. He was trying to control her. Let her have her fun, bro. If she cheats on you, you leave. Simple. You leave. I even think, nowadays, now with how I am now, if I was in a relationship, I've been single for a while, but if I was in a relationship and I got cheated on, I think I would much rather have someone cheat on me now that like I'm just in my dating phase than when I am married, bro. If she cheats on you, just thank God she cheated on you, you found out, and move on. You get to experience another girl. Simple. You don't need to, do all this controlling shit. In fact, you controlling her is going to make her want to cheat on you.
It is literally not giving a fuck, bro, is the most sexy thing to a woman, bro. It is the sexiest thing to a woman. And so when she can tell that you're authentically not pressed about it, not worried about it, not afraid of anything, you ain't got nothing to be afraid of. That's why they say there's nothing to fear but fear itself.
Mm.
You feel me? That's why dudes fumble baddies, because they're afraid. Oh, another nigga gonna come scoop her. Oh, she looks so good. I bet you a bunch of dudes is always talking to her, sliding in.
He's speaking facts. Like I have so many stories that I can tell about my life, bro. Fuck. There was this one girl that I was talking to, the most beautiful girl I ever spoke to in my entire life. Like sometime last year, Jamaican, beautiful woman, bro. I was always blowing up her phone, always texting her, trying to reach out to her. But no, sometimes you need to let shit breathe. You know, give people the opportunity to miss you. Give people the chance to miss you. You don't have to be in the babe's DMs blowing up her phone every single time. You don't have to be calling the person every single time. No, give them the chance to miss you. You know, it comes from also having like not how do I put this, bro? When you think that you can't do better, there's a way that you act, and it is embarrassing. Coming from me that has done it before, I am telling you, bro. Just always act like everything is cool, everything is calm, And if it comes to you, it comes to you. And if it goes away, it goes away. But think about like it going away when you act cool and everything is okay and you're like, you know what, it's cool, it's gone, I don't care. Chances are it's going to come back, bro. It's going to come back. I've made this mistake in my life, where I was crashing out, saying, "Come back, baby, come back, baby, come back." Baby never came back. Baby never came back because I was doing the most. Never do the most. Never beg anybody to come back.
DMs. You get insecure, you get nervous, you get worried, you start doing corny nigga shit. She lose attraction, you fumbled the baddie. That simple. And so, yeah, man, if you get your frequency right, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. You really don't. What about girls' nights? Well, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Though everything I just said applies, but that's why you got to start off with the right girl. You feel me? Like, I'm not saying there aren't demons out there. I'm not saying there aren't, you know what I'm saying, loose women out there that are sleeping around with dudes and cheating on their men. Obviously, there are men who are raising children that aren't their own. But if you understand metaphysics and you start off with the right frequency, you're only going to end up with chicks that vibe with your frequency, bro. If you awaken to the power of metaphysics but you're already in a relationship with a chick that ain't good, that ain't vibing like that, y'all will break up and you'll find a better chick, one that you can actually comfortably trust and not worry about shit. You feel me? And so that's the attitude I have, bro. See, when you don't look, you might say to yourself, "Oh shit." Like, all right, Don, you take this nonchalant attitude. What if your chick go out and fucking cheat on you then, right? You were wrong. I'll just leave her. It's that simple.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I ain't gonna be mad. Like, I'm not gonna be pressed about it. Now, obviously, I'm able to speak like that because I think it's such an impossibility with my girl. Like, me and my girl are locked in. But I'm saying hypothetically, let's say I wasn't married. I'm dating a chick and I take this nonchalant attitude. If I can't trust you, I don't want to be with you. I gotta be able to trust you. And so if in me trusting you, you reveal that you aren't worthy of trust, you actually did me a favor. Thank you. You're not the right one. The girl, because that's what I need from my girl. I need my girl to trust me. I need me to be able to just say, hey, babe, I'm going to make this move over here. It's 11 o'clock at night and I'm going with my boy. And there's going to be mad chicks here. And I need her to not stress me out about that. So if I need her to trust me, I want a girl that I can trust. And so don't fear anything.
Yeah. Trust is the foundation of every single friendship or relationship, you know. If you can't trust a babe, why are you with her? There's no point. Break up today.
You don't got to fear anything, bro, in this life at all. See, and that's how you attain peak fucking, you just going with the flow, you let the universe do all the work for you, bro. You fear nothing. You see yourself as someone deserving of a woman that is loyal and beautiful and peaceful and all of that. And so you just maintain that frequency. See, you got to understand, you can't lie to the universe. Your energy, you cannot hide your energy from the universe. So when your girl asks you, hey, I want to go out with my girls tonight, and you say no, why? Well, usually when dudes say no to shit like that, it's all fear. That's all it is. I'm afraid you're gonna cheat.
Yeah. Anytime, like, bro, when I talk to some girls, bro, a lot of girls say, um, if I'm his first baddie, I don't want him. You know, like anytime I'm talking to a very attractive woman, because they know that this is what they're going to encounter. You know, they know that this is what they're going to encounter. In fact, like, I really do believe that, like, bro, dating an attractive woman, you should already know what like you're signing for. In fact, signing up for. In fact, dating a woman in general, a lot of women have a lot of guys lined up, but you just have to be able to trust that nothing is going to happen. And even if something happens, you need to be very, very okay with walking away. Just walk away. You know, walk away. They respect you more. I've been in situations where I was meant to walk away and just be cool. I didn't act cool. I crashed out. You know. But hey, you live and you learn.
Afraid you gon' That's usually it, really. That's really what niggas is scared of when they don't let their girls out. You're scared. I'm scared you're gonna cheat. Oh, so that's the frequency you're in. You're in the frequency of you're afraid. You think that is You know what I'm saying? That's a frequency you're aligned with. You have an unloyal girl. You have a girl that her loyalty is fragile. But guess what? If you have the frequency of my girl could never cheat on me, and you let her go out, and then she cheat on you, guess what you just did? You weeded out the poison. She was not aligning with the frequency of I have a girl I can trust no matter what. She is my chick, right? Look at Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne goes to prison. His girl fucks Drake. Gucci Mane goes to prison. His girl took the money that he had, could exponentially grew it, and then gave it back to him when Gucci came out. And then Gucci Mane married her. That's the kind of woman you want. That's the kind of chick you want. They're there. They exist. She didn't fuck nobody. She didn't blow all his money. She didn't get pregnant by another man. I mean, who knows if she had a relationship with a guy, but, you know, I would be willing to bet she didn't. So you weed that bitch out. You trust her enough to let her, you know, fuck up. And then when she fuck up, you move on. Simple story. Now you got room. Now you just made room for a chick that can actually align with your frequency. A chick that you can trust. A chick that don't want to be going out and doing the city girl shit every night. You feel me? Because don't get me wrong, I do think there is something wrong with that, personally. Like me, I couldn't be going to the club every night, bro. There ain't no point. Like every weekend, there is no point. You feel me? Like, I just went to the club last weekend with my boys. You know what I'm saying? Dior and Berto and them. We went to the club, and it was nice. It was nice to just be outside, be, you know, listening to the music, just taking in all that energy and just, you know, being in a different environment like that. But it's like, yeah, boy, you know, ain't much I can do out here. Why? Because I'm a loyal husband. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to talk to no bitches. I ain't trying to do none with nobody.
Yeah, I know. Don's case is different. You know, he's older, but even with me, bro, like going out is fun, talking to girls, having a good time. But then, truly, when you think about going to the club, bro, you know what happens. Like me personally, like I sometimes, anytime I go out, I'm like, bro, I wish I was in a relationship because it's just trash. You know, it's just trash. You know, people are just there standing, drinking. The music in my city trash. It's the same people more times than not. You know, I do enjoy going out in Toronto though. Like when I go to Toronto, I have a good time. But then, you know, like I get where Don is coming from by saying you don't have to be outside all the time, bro. There was a video where he was like, you know, when you're trying to force finding someone, you know, you find yourself going to the club every weekend. You're like, oh, if I don't do this, then I'm not going to meet the person. I need to put myself out there. But sometimes, you know, like, just chill. Just chill. Like, let's say you were meant to, you know, go to the club on the weekend because, you know, you're looking for a girl, you know. Sometimes because you went to the club, maybe you missed an opportunity to hang out, you know, at maybe a smaller get together where you could have met somebody and you could have really vibed with them. Now I'm not saying that those get-togethers happen often. They don't. But you never know, bro. You never know. The club is ass still. I'ma still be there though.
And so I told the guys, I was like, next time let's go to fucking Top Golf instead. You know what I mean? Let's go to Top Golf
Find
and
themselves.
get some beers and have a good time. Because it's kind of pointless to be out here. And so if it's a once in a blue moon thing and your girls just want to go out and have a good time and feel sexy and do the whole thing, okay, I don't see a problem with that. But if they doing it on a regular basis, I do think it's like, why are you doing? What are you doing? What are you looking for out there? But the most important thing is to just know what you want, bro. Know what you want. If you want a loyal woman, then you have to have the frequency of I have a loyal woman. And if you're maintaining that frequency of I have a loyal woman, you can't then ever act in a way that communicates to the universe that you don't trust your girl. You feel me? Now, I'm not saying at the same time, you gotta always support what your girl wants to do. What I'm saying is you should not try to control her, right? You can articulate, hey, I don't agree with you doing that. But you're an adult, you're your own person. So you do what you want to do. And you know what I'm saying? You let the chips fall where they fall. But don't fight. She ain't did nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with her wanting to do something that you don't want to do or you don't support. There's nothing wrong with her wanting it. We don't choose what we want. Nobody chooses what they want. We all want what we want. Think about that.
Mm.
You don't choose to like a certain flavor of ice cream. You just like what you like. You want what you want. And so it's the same thing with that. You don't get mad at her because she wants some, right? It's if she breaks your trust, disrespects you, you know what I'm saying, does some kind of heinous shit to you, steals from you, is abusive to you. Those are legitimate reasons to not be pleased with your girl. And so you also can't take this approach of I'm gonna trust my girl. Yeah, I don't really agree with you doing that, but you want to do it apparently, and I'm not gonna stop you if you do it. You can't then also be mad at her if she still chooses to do it, because you're still. What are you mad at? You're mad that she didn't do what you wanted her to do. How do you feel when she gets mad at you for doing something you want to do? How do you?
Yeah, you guys, at the end of the day, when it comes to like this whole thing, bro, move in the frequency that you have a loyal girl that loves you for you. You know, do you need a submissive? No, you don't. You know, you actually don't. You just need to move in the frequency that, yeah, I have my girl, she loves me, and I love my girl. But if things do go south, like Don said, you have weeded out the bullshit from your life. If you're moving like, and I'm going to use this with friends because I'm not in a relationship. I'll use this with friends. I move with the frequency that all my friends love me and all my friends care about me. Ever since I started moving with that frequency, the people that don't love me and don't care about me are not in my life. They're not in my life, and that applies for relationships as well. So hey, you guys, do with this information what you must. I'm coming through with videos every single day.